And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Music Free Gaming. All the gaming of those other streams, but none of the music. I hope you're having a fabulous, fabulous Saturday today. It is a beautiful Saturday here. I hope it's a beautiful Saturday where you are as well. Regardless of what the weather is doing, I hope your day is beautiful. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into all of the Minecrafty goodness, because that's why we're here, right? All right, and because turns out night fell while I was waiting to start stream, I should probably sleep. You know, it's a thing. It happens. Sleep is definitely a thing that happens. Okay. Now, ooh, I should also, because I forgot to do it before, turn on that cute little fly cheat for the moment. All right, now I want to take a quick look before I head over to the project to work on the castle of, or the hotel, actually. Make sure all of my stuff is growing, or at least give it a chance to grow. The hive? No, it's just dirt. Hey, McGordy, welcome, welcome. It has been a long time. So great to have you back. Hope your day is going well. All right. Nice. All right, well, let's head over to the hotel. Get work on. Back to work. Hop. I can totally jump on things. Okay, so we'll just... well, you know, boredom is an excellent reason to be here. It's also an excellent reason to leave, so, you know. But yeah, why not? You know, it's, got nothing else going on. It's a nice, calm, peaceful Saturday, I hope. So, I suppose it's hard to get bored if it's not calm and peaceful. I don't know. All right, so let's see. So it's working on the hotel. And first thing I want to do here is... yeah, no friends to play with. Yeah. Yep, that happens. Okay. All right. So this was going to stay open. I need to get some doors in here, but that's the basics of this room. Okay. I don't know if I'm actually going to come in here. I've been going back and forth if I'm going to actually decorate these hotel rooms or not. I should at least put doors in. All right, down the stairs. Stairwell is obviously a nice, compact thing. All right. Now, I do need some more birch. So, yeah, it's been... shoot, I don't know how long it's been since... I remember you last being in chat. Let's see, it's 3 blocks in front of the elevator. All right, so 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, there. Okay, so this is going to go that way. I mean, we had, that was on Mixer, and then I was not. And then, well, that's about it. Because, you know, shoot, 6 months was, that was the Mixer transition. Because it was November of last year that I moved to Mixer, which worked out well for everybody involved, you know. Actually, I can't say it worked out badly for me. I actually enjoyed my time on Mixer, but such as it is, open this up here a little bit. Okay, now I think I actually have a little bit more space here. I do. I actually dug into the wall one more block. Yes, that is actually the word I was looking for. Sweet. Mornings. Not that I have any better grasp of English in the morning than I do any other time. Oh, well, actually, I've gotten really into other Minecraft streams as well. So, I feel you there. I guess this is a place for a door. But yeah, it's, I don't know what it is. Minecraft is just a fun game to watch other people play and just all really chill. Which is nice. Maybe I will just leave that. Just leave that blocked. Because it's Minecraft. Everything's blocked. Okay. Yep, that's about how the jokes go. Yes. Do they get better? No. No, they don't. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, well, there are some things like... I was playing Fall Guys on stream here a couple of days ago. Was it Tuesday, I guess? I thought, okay, it'll be a fun change of pace. This looks like a ridiculous and silly game. And it absolutely was. Both of those things, ridiculous and silly. Not really a game for me. It's just... But watching other people play is all sorts of fun. I don't necessarily notice all of the name changes. Some of them, sometimes. Uh-oh. Sometimes I see it and sometimes I don't. It's weird. Okay, so what was I going to do over here? So this is blocked. I think I'm going to leave this blocked. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. I don't need that big hole in the floor anymore, so let's just patch that right now. Right there. There we go. We are now patched. Okay, now given where things are here, let's take this out. Let's swap the hammer out. Oops. All right, hang on. Ah, Mr. Softy, that'll work. Go ahead, just clean some of this out here. Okay, this should work. Go ahead and just run. I'm just going to run the birch down this way. Ah, well, yes, that would do it. Let's see. I'm having a minor, I really also don't need my scaffolding there, but that's okay. Let's drop some dirt there. Wonderful. Oh, well. Turns out it's a little wet now. It's alright. Got this. Totally and completely. It is got. Alright. Sweet. Okay, so now... Well, that can be patched, I guess. I am playing with shaders. It's just a... Nothing too crazy. What shader am I using, actually? Yeah, using the BSL shader. I've played with obviously I was playing with Silders a little bit just to see. But I like BSL. It keeps things fairly... It gives the light without doing anything too crazy with it. So... Actually, let's take that torch out for a minute. Yes, that would do it. Yeah, it's sort of a requirement. It's like, okay, if I want to play Java, gotta have a machine capable of running Java. Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, Bedrock's not too bad. I went back into my PlayStation world, and I'd upgraded it to the Bedrock, and it broke so many of my little redstone things. That was less exciting than I was hoping, you know? So it's one of those, I want to go back to that world, but I also don't want to have to try to fix all of that stuff. All right, so that is outside right there. Okay. Ooh, that sucks. That sucks, losing 80% of your worlds. So working with wood, the axe might be helpful here. All right. Okay, so that's outside. Yeah. You know, maybe what I should do. Let's whip around here for a minute. Of course, I can't fly out this window because of safety reasons. Says the guy who just jumps out the window. Ah, they're mostly survivals. Yeah, I can understand that. All right. Yeah. So. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I haven't set up a full redstone test world yet. I probably should. But I don't do a whole lot with redstone anyway, so it's not that big a deal. All right. So let's see now. Yep, that makes sense. That makes all sorts of sense. All right, since I can fly, let's hop up here and take a look at this now. So this is where I was carving out, and unfortunately, see, up here it wasn't a big deal because the cliff's a little wider. Oh, that makes sense. 4x4 or 3x3 redstone doors. Those are fun. There are a few of those places. There are a few places where I think, this might be fun. I was looking at, I stumbled onto Mumbo Jumbo's YouTube channel the other day, but it's like, dude, building all sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, Bedrock has some weird changes to how things fly with Bedrock or with redstone. So yeah. All right, so let's do this. Let's go and take this. Okay, so before I take this stair out, do I have inventory space to catch it? Let's go and continue this cliff face down. In fact, what I'll do is I'll actually bring it down. Yeah, I can bring it down all the way, actually. Let's take out this dirt. What was he doing? He was building a gold farm, I think. Which was its own special breed of fun. Okay, let's go and bring that cliff face up like that. Okay, that's not too bad. Let that. Maybe I think I want to put in a little bit more grass here, just to let things flow a little bit better there. But I think I also want to take this one out. Playing War Thunder. Okay. I've seen a lot of people get into that. I think I looked at it a little bit early, year or two back, but I never really could get into it. I think it was a little too pay to win, I think, or the microtransactions or something were too crazy. So you're doing Germans there. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's one thing the Germans could do was build tanks. Okay, I think that cliff face is pretty okay there. I may want to play with things just a little bit, but for now we'll call Call it good, though. Just in case things get trapped there. Ah, the leopard. Okay. Yeah, the leopard was a decent tank. I mean, the tigers and the panthers get all the buzz, but just when it comes to actual tanks in the actual world, you know. Okay, if I make this a, yeah, just turn this into a closet. Oh, good. Okay, that makes sense. Be like a scout tank almost. All right, now this is not even, or actually it is even, which makes it hard to put something right in the middle. But that's all right. So if I go, let's go this way. I'll put it over here. So this one I'll make a 2-room floor. Right? It's a small hotel. We don't have a lot of rooms. All right, so we got this bigger one, which has the balcony. This is a smaller one, but hey, you get a closet. And then let's put a door in here, maybe? And this one I should put a door in probably right there. Actually, you know, just for, I think for a little bit more of the consistency side, we'll drop the door in there. Plus, in theory, I can do fun stuff in the middle. Right, because if this wall comes up like this, right? Oh, no. Health inspectors are here again. The health and safety people are just a pain in the neck. Ah! Make the... Oh, okay. Can hold its own weight. Nice. Alright. I gotta go take a look. Let's take a look outside here real quick. I heard some grumpiness out there. And grumpiness cannot be allowed in this castle theme park. There's a dog. It's possible I'm too far away and collapse didn't move. Okay. Yeah. I heard them. I did. I heard pillagers out here somewhere while I was working in there, and now I'm not seeing them. So maybe that's a good thing. That's a flower. Of course, it's also possible I ended up down here. Oh yeah, makes sense. It's like, well, if you have a tank that's too big to move, time to try a little bit smaller. Hello, piggies. Hello, hello, hello. Well, I heard pillagers. Oh, okay. There he is. I was looking a little too far afield. This dude is fast. Okay. 3 tanks and a plane. Nice. Alright. Alright, now I get the cranky symbol, which is, you know, could be worse, I suppose. Well, it could be even better had I actually... I've got a bucket of lava, which is awesome, but not helpful in removing status effects. I mean, if life is a status effect, it does a pretty good job of that, but, you know. Ah, there's a cow. Hello, cow. Let's drink of your deliciousness. Which doesn't at all sound creepy or anything. Ah, nothing creepy about that in the slightest. Alright. Drop this back in my bucket. Or my box. Okay. I did kill a bunch of pillagers earlier, but I thought I'd gotten them all. Apparently I was wrong. Alright. Yep, this is all going to be maps. I just haven't taken the time to fly around and get them all. Probably should while I still have the ability to fly. You know. Oops, I don't have stairs down here yet. Ah, the MiG-15. Okay, nice. Nice. Sternpanzer 2. Nice. Oh, that sounds like fun. Let's, oh, I put the redstone away. Or the red nether brick. It's not redstone. Redstone is totally different. It's totally different. Okay, so that'll go there. This will fill it. Now, so I can do something here. I could just fill it in with birch. Let's see. I need to build a speed limiter. Okay. Ah, I'm out of birch. Wheel. Okay. It's always, you know, that's one of the things that can be fun with that type of stuff is the problem solving, right? It's one of the things I like about my job is like, oh, hey, I've run into a problem. How do I solve it? Okay, problem solved. Moving on. 24. No, let's bring the full stack. All right. Beaming back. Yeah, if and when I ever build my own server, I am absolutely putting these teleport features in because they're just too freaking useful. Okay, you know what would be really cool? Actually going through those doors. That's all right. Just down this staircase. I also need to figure out what door I want to do. All right. So oops, that's not where that goes. So I'm just checkerboarding the birch logs here. This was, I did the same thing upstairs. Right, it was, whoops, up this way. But over here, I put in the red nether brick. Okay, cool. Alright, so yeah, so this one I've got nether brick in. My daughter's made that suggestion to sort of frame it. I don't know if I have the room here to do something like that. So maybe I'll just leave this one. Leave this one plain, or get some trapdoors here and do it that way, perhaps. Alright, now, let's go and get this in. Night has fallen. I should probably think about sleeping, but it's not nearly as much fun as it is in real life. You know, it's always amazing how fun sleeping is when you don't get it. You know? Oh yeah, sleep. It's a thing I should do a lot more often than I have been. All right, cool. Now let's get the spruce in for the ceiling. Right, just I'm leaving the stone floor to give it a little bit of the natural look, but nice. Yep, I'll take a look at that after the stream. All right, set. Whoopsies. Whoopsies, that's not what I needed. Kind of compact. Awesome. Okay, so we'll just get this in. And there we go. At least on this room. Now I need to do a little bit of something with this closet. And maybe that's just what I'll do, is I'll just make it a closet. which would be okay, actually. Throw some chests, some, I don't have any on. End rods across the top, and a couple of closet doors. That would be a room. All right, so let's get this guy in. Oh, the love. Ooh, an A10. Nice. Warthog is such a beast. You know, there are a lot of planes. I'm out of spruce. Well, okay then. You know, I grew up in the 80s, you know, and got into planes and stuff there, so. And, you know, for me, my favorite plane was the Tomcat, right? Because I watched Top Gun way too many times. But that A10, it gets that cannon going, man, it is a monster. You know, I don't actually want to do, you know, use all of those planks. That would be a problem. But man, oh, the B2. Okay, B2 is not bad. I had a, yeah, it has some flight issues as I understand it, but it's not a bad little plane. Oh. Like bombers and stealth. Nice. Yeah, see, when I got into planes, it was, you know, fighters. Yeah, so it's, again, a little too much Top Gun, right? But yeah, the A10 is a monster. And you hear the ground pounders talk about it, man. It's like, this is what freedom sounds like. Is that 30 mil when it's firing, or those A10s when they fly over, man. And the Air Force has tried to ground that plane, I don't know how many times. I mean, when they tried to turn the Tomcat into a bomber, which I guess it can do all right. All right, so this is outside, so I'm just going to bring that down like that. Which was sort of okay, you know, with the turn the Rio into a gunner and stuff. But man, they have yet to find a plane that can fit the role that the Warthog plays. It is just too good at its job. Yeah, well, they put an end of service date on the A10 of like 2000, I think, at one point. 2010. Well, it can carry a lot of rockets, but so can the F-16 or the F-35 if it loads out on the with external missile brackets. The F-35 can carry just as many, but it can't get down. It can't get down and dirty. I mean, the Warthog can just get down and play in the mud, which makes it ideal for the Army and those forward bases and things like that. Which is what it was designed for, you know? It's amazing. Hey, it's really good at its job. So as much as the military wants to build a single plane that works across all of its branches, you know, there's something to be said for specialization. Okay, did I birch up the wall down there? I did. Oh, that's because I didn't do that floor yet. Let's see. Whoops. Hey, you know what's really cool? Falling down the stairs. Should try to do that more often. No, I just left that stone. Okay, birched up there, left it stone over here. I may change that. But for now, I'll leave that. But, well, like so many of the military's choices, it's a cost thing. right? It's one of the reasons they wanted the F-35 as, you know, the Joint Strike Fighter, which is a horrible plane, actually. My brother-in-law actually was a programmer, worked on that, some of the software for it, but it's... Yeah, I mean, it's weird. They, it makes sense. You want a fighter that you can use on all of your, you know, that you can just make. The Air Force can use it, the Navy can use it, the Marines can use it. And that's fabulous. Honestly, there isn't a lot of difference between what the Navy and the Air Force need, except the Navy needs a plane that can land on a carrier. Surprisingly enough, right? But... the Stuka Sirens. Yeah. Yeah, it's just... but it's just one of those things... I feel like I really should put something there. I just don't know what. Yeah, I'll come back to it. I really didn't plan on decorating the inside of this hotel this much. I just want to fill in the walls so you can see them through the windows. But yeah, so you get... so they built the Joint Strike Fighter and thought, okay, this will be one fighter to rule them all. Everyone will use it. It'll be great. It's a piece of garbage. You know, it's like, oh, this one fighter will also be VTOL. That's not how it works. You know, you build a designated VTOL machine and go with that, you know. Okay. I think. Well, let's put this wall in first. 1, 2, 3. There we go. But hey, axes are useful. One of these days, I'll actually remember the Dwarvish for the axes of the dwarves from Tolkien. Which is the battle cry of the dwarves. It's special. It's fun. It's a wall, it goes here. Okay, so that's gonna go that way. But yeah, so the Army and the Air Force figured, hey, we'll just build one fighter here. Oops. Ah, yes. The outside. How fears it. Alright. Yeah. Yep. That's just... I might... ooh. So what I need to do here, I need to do a little bit of landscaping. Not my forte by any means. I'm really good at making natural structures look artificial. Okay, but what I could do, because I still like the idea of having a little bit of a cut there. Let's take some of this handy-dandy stone stairs. You're really good at crashing games? Nice. That's it. I do a little bit of programming. I haven't done as much in my day job as I used to, but I've done a little bit. And my boss was always one of those who was so good at finding the way to crash the programs that I wrote. Even crash Discord. Nice. Well, you know, it's software. All software crashes at some point. All software sucks. That's the... Alright, so... right, so that goes that way. Dropping in here, which means I think I can take this out. Yep. Right. Alright, so we'll just swap in a little bit of birch here. Sorry. I was at a conference once a few years ago, and not that I really need the coal ore, but it'll be useful later on in this build. Now, I was at a conference a few years ago, chatting with a guy who was an administrator for Google, sysadmin for Google. He was talking about how he managed to crash Gmail. You know, it's like, okay, of all of the apps that you want to crash, that might not have been the one that was high on everybody's list, you know? Yes, the joy of working on servers and services. When you screw up, lots of people know about it. Okay. So I think that might be a little too far over, but let's see. That's out. Oh, yes, that's wet there. Okay. I have dirt here somewhere. All right, so I guess that dirt goes back. Okay, so this means, go fill that in, that I'm going to need to put wall. Sure, I can do this. A little bit of... No. It's the joy of software. It's so easy to cause so much pain and suffering. Okay, so if I put that there, this will dig out probably. Let's get the hammer. Just to it'd be a little bit nicer. Started programming a Discord bot. Awesome. I thought about writing my own chatbot as well. Actually started and restarted about 3 different times. And then decided I have more useful things to do with my time. But it was back when I was still multi-streaming. I wanted a bot since your interference, huh? Okay. Always sucks when the platform you're watching decides to go. Okay. Right, so that goes that way. Just to ask any mixer user. Okay, schmokey. So let's see now. So what I could do, this is, I'm going to have to wall off this. This probably needs to, okay. Yeah, Python, boy, Python's a language I just can't get into. Now, I've been programming for way too many years. But Python is just one of those languages I do not like. It's got there's some nice features, but man, I hate white space sensitive languages. It's too cranky. Well, HTML isn't a language. It's not a programming language. It's a formatting language. It's a markup language, if you want to get to the computer science of it. Let's open that there. Okay, so we'll just throw this like that. Boom, doorway. Well, it can use other languages. Primarily, JavaScript is a language. I mean, not a great one, but it's absolutely a language. That is one of the ones I was thinking of playing with, though, was Rust, which you can use to generate provably secure JavaScript, which would be really nice. Okay, so if I drop this here, Yeah, that'll work. Now, I haven't done as much programming as I did at my last job. I just don't need to as much here. But when I was actively programming, I was at least conversant in probably a dozen languages. I mean, C and C++ were the languages I kind of started with. Fortran even, which if you have an option to learn Fortran, don't. It's not worth the time. Unless you're going to work for the government, Fortran is just not worth it. It is a super dead language. Perl is my language of choice, but it's sort of on the way out, which makes me sad. You know, I used to program a lot of PHP. Oops, I'm out of that too. Which is also a horrible language that should not be used for anything. If there wasn't so much, or so many hugely popular applications that still used it, PHP would probably be dead. But obviously JavaScript, you know, I'm a Unix guy, so Bash is a thing I've written a fair amount in. But Java, of course. Oh, man. I used to compare programming languages to meals, like sitting down to a meal. Yeah, I'm going to have to jump back to the vault and get more birch. And, you know, Perl, I was like sitting down with your best friends at the kitchen table and just grabbing whatever you could out of the fridge, right? It worked. It was usually pretty good. Not always pretty. Oh yes, I've looked at it. Every programmer who's ever programmed has looked at BF at least once or twice. There's a language that exists solely to as a joke. But all right. But you know, now I've done a little bit of coding in Go. I've done, I said, Ruby and Python. Obviously, a lot of Perl. Yeah, so it's just you know, I'm not entirely sure that's the case. I mean, I've written code in assembler, which I guess is still different from binary, but you know. But I have a degree in computer science, so you know, I've written in a lot of languages. Okay, technically my degree is in mathematics with an emphasis in computer science, but still. All right, so I think, yeah. Just to continue the theme, this wall is definitely going birch, which means I probably should replace the other ones. But yeah, Python's an okay learning language. A lot of people like it because it enforces some manner of readability, which is not. You can still write really bad Python, but okay. But it's an okay starter language. All right, I'm needing spruce, and I need to drop off a bunch of this stone I've picked up. All right, you know, so much stone, so much. Okay, that's not how you open a box. Okay, well that works. Do I know how to open box? Okay, that should be enough slabs to get started. But yeah, it's just So that is the nice thing about Python, is it does enforce some level of readability. But I learned to detest Python when I went to debug a little code, and I commented out one line of code and broke the entire app. Because I also managed to break the formatting, and I couldn't read it, or I couldn't read that that it was broken because I couldn't see the white space. Right? Just white space sensitive languages are, I think, not good. But then again, that's just me. So, yeah, you know, it just takes... Okay, that needs to stay dirt. That's fine. That's just peachy. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna run a little bit of. Just put some dirt back there, just to keep things there. Yep, and what was I working on? It was. Oh, it was an RPG app. So I don't know if you've heard of Roll20, which is a cool little website for playing D&D and similar games online. Right, very nice app for that. I understand. Not used it because I kind of stopped gaming at that point, but. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can dig into this wall. Maybe I can. If I can, this will be great. But prior to that, there was a tool called, was it OpenRPG maybe? That was really flexible and really nice for doing RPGs online. There we go. There we go. And it was written in Python, and I was running into a weird bug. So I thought, okay, I have some skill at programming. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's like, okay, here's where the problem is. Comment it out. Totally crashed the bot. Because, yeah, it was just stupid. Yeah, and said, Python is a nice language for a lot of things. There is a reason that it's become so popular. But, man, I just am not... It's just not a language for me. Okay, so... Oh, I didn't put the roof in the ceiling. Yes. Well, there was... dev.to has a book cover generator. Matches the books that O'Reilly Press puts out. And one of them was copying and pasting from Stack Overflow. Yeah. You can only do that for so long. It was one of the reasons Perl has such a bad reputation. I mean, regular expressions are nigh unreadable in any language, but extremely powerful. Regex is one of the things that made Perl seem like line noise to people. But hey, they're just as unreadable in Python, so, you know. I'm kind of hoping Perl 7 takes some of the good stuff they were playing with and... I forgot what they called what Perl 6 became. They had some good stuff with a grammar parser built in, which is really, really nice. But... Suddenly got a kink in my shoulder. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's bad. Well, that's about it, you know? And I sit here and it's like, I need to do something. So, hey, I'll program it. You know, one of the things I do... Hey, Sprite, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you back. One of the things I like to do... well, I don't know if I like to do it, but I do it because it saves me all sorts of time later. is I write... Oops. I converted my DVD library to MP4. I'm doing okay. Yeah, let's go to the vault. How are you doing this morning? Okay, but my wife has some... That's right. My wife and I have, or has vision issues. She doesn't see distance well and refuses to wear her glasses, which I can kind of understand. I'm not a fan of wearing glasses myself, but ooh, we work on story progressing. Nice. Nice. Anyway, so my wife, because she can't see, it makes her hard to, when she pulls up the Roku, to see all of the, to scroll through the movies that are there and decide on what she wants to watch. So I wrote a little code to take the names of the movies and put them into a spreadsheet that she can then look at on the computer where she can see things better. It's like, you know, little simple things like that are nice. You know, it's, oh, Heroku can be, all of those platforms as a service are fun. I'm a huge fan of Docker and containers in general. So much so I wrote a book about it a couple years ago. Which, you know, unless you're writing a novel that's going to become a New York Times bestseller or something, boy, writing is not worth the time. Ooh, I should have hallwayed up, or I don't think I put roof in the hallway. Upstairs. That's where I was doing things, was upstairs. I'm working from the top down, which is totally how buildings work. Yeah, I forgot to do the hallway here. Cool. But that is one of the nice things about containers, which I think Heroku uses. I guess I needed more than that. Is that, boy, they restart fast. I love it, man. Okay, so get a bunch of those, and a bunch of those. All right. Not, oops. Well, I do. You know, one of these days I'll click on the right thing. It'll be good. It's not bad. It's not bad. I moved my code off GitHub. I mean, I still have some there. I need to migrate some of it, but I actually prefer GitLab to GitHub. But, you know, to each their own. One of the things I like about GitLab is they've got a container registry that you can use. And since I run so much of my personal stuff out of containers, that makes it really nice. So I'll just throw up my own container. Hang on. There we go. There's a floor. Okay. Oh. Okay. Seems like it would have... Seems a little intense. Or for whatever reason, it wouldn't expect it to take that long. But, okay. Yeah, then it's... Actually, I have a GitLab t-shirt. This is, yeah, was moved to GitLab before moving to GitLab was cool. But yeah, it was oh, nice. Yeah, a lot of people fled GitHub when Microsoft bought them. Microsoft has had a history of taking platforms and then destroying them. But admittedly, that was they've sort of moved on from the Bill Gates, Steve Ballmer days. Satya Nadella has embraced openness, which was definitely a problem for Microsoft. So those are stairs going in there. We got that. Okay. But I like a lot of the things that GitLab has going for it. So. Plus, I use it at work, so it's was just a little bit easier to focus on everything, or to not focus, but at least it was the same platform. Of course, it's all Git, so it's all the same. Doesn't really matter. Now you notice this person doesn't get a closet. I don't know why, they just don't. Get that torch. Just block that in. Maybe something could go there eventually, but for now. Oh yeah. Well, you know. It's amazing how quickly things can go from one thing to another. This is why you have varied interests. You want to get really crazy, you know, start talking about Star Wars. Oops, let's switch here to the pillow hammer. All right. Well, it's one of the features and extra bonuses you get when you subscribe on Patreon is I write exclusive blog posts for all of the for the Patreon community over there, and about half of them are Star Wars related. Okay. All right, so this is going to come through like just like that, or wood had I enough birch to do it. Okay, you know, of all the spaces in all the world I could have put that. That was absolutely not the right one. All right. You never liked Star Wars? That's fair. How many subs do we have? Well, I think it's you, and then also you, and then I don't know, how many personalities do you have there, Sprite? You know. Still, I write as if I've got 1,000 of them, just to keeps me in the right mindset. Heck, I was writing them before I had subs, so you know. It's all right. Yep, I think I just have the one. Okay, back to a crafting table. Yeah, I only have I only have one sub, and it is Sprite, so. Alright, so, you know. Okay, that should just about do that. Also makes a couple of extras. What do I want to drop off? Should drop off something. I guess I'll throw a little spruce in there just for grins and giggles. Okay. All right, caught me with that one. I literally squeaked. I don't know what was going on with that, but that was. See, this is why I don't play horror games. You know. All right, so great. So let's finish getting the ceiling in. But yeah, it's you know, it's fine. And I've see Star Wars. I'm a kid of the '80s, right? I turned 43 at the beginning of the month, right? Star Wars was definitely part of my childhood. But you know, I have a love-hate relationship, like with some of the oops, going down. You know, the sequels, the sequel trilogy has problems. The prequel trilogy has some problems. I don't think anybody has tried to argue that they're perfect, but there's something I like about all of them. I mean, The Last Jedi was one of my favorites now. I don't know if I like it more than the original trilogy, but Boy, I have fun with that one. Okay, now this floor is different. This floor is not hotel rooms. Right? This is party area. Right? So this is a party hotel. I've got like 6 floors for parties and only 3 for sleeping in. So, you know, you can kind of see what they expect to happen here. No, this one's got the bridge, which will come over to what is eventually an aquarium. Okay, so I should do a little something with that, perhaps. Ooh, I've got some stone stairs. This might be a little better. Let's take not the hammer. Okay, I apparently did not actually switch those, and that's all right. We'll just drop that there. Just smooth that transition out just a little bit. Now, let's take that out for the moment and see what I want this to do right now. So the idea is that you come down here. Now, I do need to build a few more stairs down here to the main lobby. Dig out a bunch of this stuff and put in that cave diorama thing that I've talked about for the last several streams here. Right, but then come up this way and have, you know, some pathway out to the bridge. Now the one I just took is stupid, right? You come up the stairs, come around, right? That's just dumb. That's not ideal. So having it come this way, in fact, I might even... That would actually make some sense. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. Change this staircase so it goes down this way, and then I can free up some of the space there. Yeah, I think that's how that's going to go. So let's... Okay, so this is going to be... Oh, it's going to be fine. Totally fine. Not a problem at all. Okay, so here we go. Oops. Well, I'm just going to fall down through that. And, it'll be great. Okay, so if I put these stairs starting there, right? Seems at least marginally regional. Yes, it is regional. Reasonable or not, it is regional. That's totally the word I was going for. Absolutely. Because I can English today. Like so many days. All right. Cool. Now, the catch is you can't actually walk up these stairs, which is a safety feature. Stairs are dangerous. You don't want people to actually walk up them because they could fall and hurt themselves, and that's just a liability. So if we can keep people from actually using the stairs, that would be an excellent way to keep people from using the stairs. We'll just flood them. No liability problems there at all. No. No. We're just fine. Totally and completely. Okay, now, however, if I... Yeah, I can still walk under that. Cool, so I can stone stairs that continue the, that sort of fun look. Then, right, just, yeah, we'll just continue this wall this way. And nobody will be able to tell a thing, right? It's like a secret that nobody can tell. That doesn't make any sense at all. Also, I've just built a wall on top of the stairs, which makes even less sense. So cool. Oh yeah, I am rocking my reasonableness here. Okay, so I think let's take these guys out. Alright, I probably should... Oh, whoa! Well, I guess not. It's like, oh yeah, I could totally take this out, but... Yes. Oh, nice. That's nice. Oh yes, that is the other... That is one of those changes. Just a reminder, is like when I got rid of tokens and turned them into the channel currency, put tickets in for all of the games, which is great. Which means it makes it easier to get tickets to make things happen on stream. But you can also lose them, which is my nefarious plan. Okay, I should... Speaking of being nefarious, I should probably sleep. Sleeping is a thing. All right. Now, since I have a thinger over here. Oh, yes. All the tickets. Nice. Okay, so back to the project. I don't know what it is, but yeah, my neck and shoulders had to be all painful today, and it's like, all right, yes, I witness you. I don't need to feel your pain. Empathy is not my strong suit. I don't want to feel your pain. All right, so just continue the birch down this way. That'll be fine. So, they don't because I told them not to. Yeah. Or at least in Twitch, they don't show up. I do... When you redeem them in the gift shop, I see that, and I see the redemption queue there, but that's, I can't really open that wall any, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of, I think I want to not put birch here is what the plan is. Just going to take this out. Ah, the approve reject list. No, all of that happens automatically. So, which is one of the cool things that MIU does for me, is I can say, oh, I saw this redemption happen. So it just pops right in, and Mix It Up takes care of it and assigns all the tickets automatically, or plays the quotes and stuff automatically. You know, so if you were to, when you, if you use channel points, for example, to show one of the gifts, that all happens through Mix It Up, and I don't have to do anything. It's all automatic. Because, hey, manual stuff sucks. I'm too busy playing the game to pay attention to anything else. Okay, so I think let's take those out. And these out. For now, I'm just going to put in this stone there. That looks like stone. Except that it doesn't. Ta-da! Okay. So that'll go there. Oh yeah, mods are good at that too. But it's like, hey, if I can, there's no reason for mod intervention there. It's like the bot will take care of all that stuff. So okay, so that'll go that way. Stairs. We'll slide it here like this. Besides, I have a small enough audience that that was not how that needed to go. But you know, some of the mod stuff is like, okay, cool. Eventually, we'll play with that. All right, go ahead and put that floor in right there. Yeah, might as well fill that in. It's not hurting anything. I don't need it, so there. Yep. But yeah, I figured, hey, if the more I can automate, the more focus on doing the fun stuff. Oh yeah, well, she had all sorts of crazy stuff going on her birthday stream. That was a fun stream too. If they end up supporting Extra Life, then when I do my Extra Life stream in November, I am 100% doing a screw with the streamer Minecraft thing. 100% I'm going to be doing that. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this and yeah, torture the streamer. Torture the streamer. Yes, yes. Yep. If said I kind of need them to support Extra Life because I'm going to be doing Extra Life. Amanda's was worked because she wasn't doing a charity stream because they don't support Tiltify in that plugin. They don't support Tiltify. They don't support Extra Life. But they did support Streamlab. Yeah, Streamlabs. So, wait a minute. Which one am I not using? Okay, that would be the one. Okay, yeah. Okay, so those go there. All right, so I need to put some roof in, but I also need to figure out now how the rest of this gets decorated. Also, let's take this one and just grab this coal here because I don't need it. I don't need it in the floor, I suppose is probably a better way of putting that. Okay. Also, the hammer is probably not where I want to be right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this stone back. Now, so this is great. So here's a staircase up this way. I can probably clean out a little bit of that wall. The front end of the hotel kind of stops here, so I'd like to kind of put a wall right along here somewhere. Now I might do it in stone brick. Might leave that. I do need to do some stuff over here, right? Because I was going to build that cave diorama. Probably put a staircase up on that side, which would make a little bit of sense. Then here's the front thing. Cave diorama is going to go over here. If I put a staircase up on this side, you know, I could leave this open, right down into the. This is where Mount Drooly drains. Right, I could leave a little bit of a thing there, which would be fun. Little cleanup and stuff, you know. Oh, that exciting stuff, full of excitingness. And did I mention that it was exciting? Yeah. Okay. All right, so this will be another ballroomy area. Now, what I could do as well, and actually maybe should think about doing, is open this wall. Now, here's the catch. So what I was looking at, oops, is taking a path cutting through that wall and coming behind this castle wall into the tower. The problem is there's a whole lot of hill here and not a whole lot of space to make that tunnel. Ooh. I need to get spruce trapdoors. Cover that up. Right, so coming in through right through here. Now what I could do, which might not be a bad idea, as I'm thinking laboriously about it. Seriously, it's such a labor. My mind is hurting. I had noticed the waterfall is coming down over the tree. That's kind of fun. If I open this out, I can do sort of another walkway. Right. It's the more of the, hey, gaze at nature without having to be part of it. Look at what's outside the valley, right? Ooh, our valley is so cool, but it's safe and we don't want to deal with the scary things that are outside it. But that might not be a bad idea, though. To cut out, I think it's down at this level. Yeah, that might be a thing to play with. I kind of like that idea just because it lines up with things, right? So if I come in, hop up, right? This comes in up here, right? But having it connect to this other tower is probably a good idea. All right, something to think about. However, I am in total need of a bathroom break. So I'm going to go do that. That'll be fun. In fact, I'm actually going to pull up the Be Right Back and drop an ad on y'all. Be back in just a minute. Okay. We'll just whoosh on back here. See, I don't know if that ad actually worked for those people who still get to see them, but hey. My finger gently caressed the button, so I'm sure it was good enough. Anyway, let's see what's the plan here. Oh, right, I just jumped over here so that I could have a safe place. All right, let's do something. I'm going to have to clear out some inventory space temporarily, so let's go ahead and just... That's what this box is for. This is just the, hey, quick, dump some stuff in there for a minute. All right, so back to the project. So it was up this way. So now I've got also have or might have a small problem with I guess I'll use the hammer. I also have a small issue coming this way with other things. But, so let's go and open this up a little bit. And the small problem is that I'm not entirely sure all the floors line up the way I want them to. So, all right, so that's going that way. Let's head upstairs. Woohoo! Up the stairs we go! La 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 la. La 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 la. I started out as Smurfs, but I think I ended up at Peter and the Wolf. And, you know, great fun and all, but probably not quite where I needed to go with that. All right, so let's open up this way, I think. Yep, that was pretty close. All right. Sweet. All right, so this is going to open up here just like this. Cool. Throw a little floor in there because it turns out floor is really, really useful if you want to stand on something. Okay. It's... Okay. Actually want to take out that block, and I think this way. Let's see, how's that tree going? Okay, cool. So now let's grab a little bit of dirt. Okay. And just make the water behave a little bit more now. Great. So now what I want to do is probably... See, there was less there to take out than I thought, so... Alright, so let's see. I want to open this up. I need actual castle walls, so I'm going to need stone brick. Probably some... Actually, if I stone brick and glass... Because what I need is, I need this to meld a little bit. I mean, I could do walls, but like that. But that walkway is mostly above a space where somebody could be shooting at you. Oh, it's easier to be a tank in Final Fantasy. You know, I could see that. Except that... I always hate those things. It's like, oh, this is the way I like to play the game. The game says, nah, you're going to do it this way because I said so. Right? Alright, so let's see now. Alright, well, let's head back to the vault, drop off some of this extra stuff, and go pick up my garbage. Or, you know, maybe I'll just get... Right in this box, I still have some stone brick and everything. Oh, yeah! All right, and because I'm remembering it, haha! Spruce trapdoors. Yes! Yes, I remembered! It's an amazing day! Ah, okay. Because there are twice as many DPS. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's one of the things I was playing Overwatch a little bit. Picked that up. What was it? GameStop was doing a you know, buy two get two free sale. It's like, you know, I've been wanting to play Overwatch. I'll pick up Overwatch. And it was fun, but it's like one of those things like, okay, if I want to get into a game, I need to be a support or a tank, I think was pretty much how that went. And, which actually wasn't too bad. I don't mind playing support, so. But, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to replace this now with some stone brick. how do I want to do this? I think what I want to do is take out this dirt here. Right? Which, you know, it's good dirt. It's done its job for millennia. But now it needs to go do something else. All right. So let's see. So the wall of this tower is over here. So if I bring this out this way, I really should take out all of this here too. At 11 DPS. It's like, huh, which... That's one of those things like, okay, which class do we want our people to play? Our players, we want them to be DPS. That's what that says. Or we just expect them to be DPS, and so why bother doing anything else? Okay, so let's go ahead and just open this up. Okay. Yeah. Open this up this way a little bit, and... okay. Yeah, take that out, put in some stone brick, a few more trapdoors just to finish this. Alright, so this tower is just becoming a full-on tower on this side, which is great. Wonderful. Full of loveliness and excitement. Okay, do I have... okay, no, dark oak, but no spruce. That's fine. Alright, so if I'm going to bring this out this way, sort of, oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. So kind of this dungeon, we expect you to DPS, and we mean it. Yeah, so if I do glass blocks, sort of angled across, top this, right. Okay, so let's come out this way. I think this way will do it. Yeah. Oh, okay, let's go take that out like that. You know, I don't know. So I've been dealing with a problem. I try not to complain about things, but I've been dealing with a problem with my thumb. Right here, I've mentioned it a couple of times on stream. Right at this knuckle has been hurting for about a month. Oh, right, most parties are 4-man. That makes sense. Anyway, so I've been dealing with this for about a month. I'm beginning to think that maybe I need to stop, hoping it'll just... problem will just go away. I need to just go deal with it. Okay. Actually, you know, if I bring this that way. All right, we'll just bring this wall up like this. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. We'll take this out here. Let's go, Mr. Softy. We got that. And I'm going to run some wall blocks that way for sure. Though I don't know if I needed that one there. Especially since I'm just going to cover it up. Alright, and then I can go get some gray glass. Cover that, put some upside down spruce, or put some spruce planks on the underside here so it won't spawn. And that'll be a nice little place for things. Alright, so glass. I think I still left some in this box over here because, yep, I did. I left it all over here. I've got a ladder here somewhere. There it is. Ooh, level 9. Getting up there. Alright, so let's run across this way. Now, I thought about briefly, oh so briefly, making this, you know, it's like putting in, you know, other things like cobblestone wall or stuff like that. But no, this is going to be a nice little observation area too, because that's why we're here. Yes, it's a castle, but it's also a theme park, and that's the important thing. Keep the theme park theme going. Right, sure. All right, now I have to go back and get all of my spruce, but it should be good. Right, sure. Now, I'm fairly certain I don't want my visitors falling down this, you know, which I think would, again, open me up for lawsuits. I'd like to avoid that, you know. Maybe I'm just risk averse. I don't know. All right, so let's grab most of this other stuff again. All the stuff I just put back, I'm picking up again because that's just the way I roll. All right. You know what? I'm going to drop off these dark oak logs over here where they belong. Not that box, this box. I might need to come in here and rethink my organization a little bit. I might need to actually have organization. That would be a change. Okay. And I think I'm done with the class. So let's get back there now. Using the correct keys. Now, here's the other catches. This particular walkway ends in a pool of water, right? There is serious lake happening here. Oh, it's old, but you need to progress the story. Oh, no. Oh, that sucks. I hate it when story elements are tied up with things that you need other people for. It's like, I want to do the story, but nobody else is here to do the story. All right, so take this out. Replace it with the sea lanterns so it keeps the same theme. Man. Yeah, I hate it when my game depends on other people. Yeah, because some of that requires you to actually have friends. But more specifically, friends who will play the game, right? And I don't have that. You know, friends, but also... No, I'm just kidding about the friends thing. But no, it's like most of the people I know, you know, they're not into games and getting online. It's like, and honestly, I don't enjoy playing with people very much, depending on the game. So yeah, it's just weird. Okay, so now I've locked myself out of the tower. So I do have a nice patio up here, though. I'm going to take some slabs here. So what I want to do is... Yeah, there we go. Just put some crenellations here, you know, because it's... Actually, that's nice, but maybe I want to slide them over one. I think just to make things line up a little better. So, right. Well, that was the thing. I liked playing, there we go, Star Wars Battlefront, right? And they had the DLC really cheap. So eventually, way late in the game, I got the DLC. The problem is nobody was playing it. It's like, hey, I want to play this really cool level, like Bespin. Bespin was a fun level to play. Could hardly ever play it because, you know, nobody owned it, right? So it just became a problem. And I think that's one of the reasons that when they rolled out Battlefront 2, I put the glass away. Well, that was dumb. When they rolled out Battlefront 2, they said, all right, everyone gets all of the DLC because we don't want to split the player base. It's one of those things that they did right with that game. And actually, after the initial backlash, which was well-deserved, Battlefront 2 became a pretty fun game. You know, I stopped playing it on stream mostly because, yeah, nobody was watching. But it was a fun game. All right. Go ahead and put in the blocks just to keep that all looking the same. Should take this dirt out. All right. Now, I happen to have 3 whole spruce planks. So, all right, 53 whole spruce planks. Now I should probably take out this stone here. Yeah, have access to... Oh, you know, I suppose that is a thing. Honestly, it's one of those I forget exists. Totally forget it exists. All right, so I think what I want to do is let's take this out to here. Oops, that's not... Well, there's a hole in the wall. Which, oof, I had a cracked stone brick would be perfect to slap it there. But I don't, so we'll just continue this spruce. Slash back. You know, slash back sounds like something that happens in I was going to say a meeting room. You know, that's not right. That's backstabbing, not backslashing. That's totally different. All right. So we'll take that stone out and probably this stone out as well, too. You know, it's just sort of out of place now. All right. Cool. So now I've got some stone or some slabs. I really don't know if I should have done that, but it's all right, I guess. Since the plan here is to take slabs anyway. Shoot. I don't know. I have now confused myself in ways that are confusing. It happens. All right, so that's going to go in there. All right, so let's go drop off some stuff here. This is where that glass has been going. Yeah, one of these places I'll just drop some dirt. Okay. So let's see. So slash back, you say, not black. Nope. It involves being able to type. I can't do it. Sorry. Just out of luck. All right. So this is going to come out this way. Okay. So that's outside right there. Which again, it's the problem with being in a hill, right? It's like, where does the hill go? Half tempted to slide that glass down a little more, but it's all right. It's all right. We'll go with it. Got a little bit of light going on here. You know, it's lovely. Okay, then I can do some stuff here if I wanted to, but he's a giganticus abetuscus. I'll run that across that way. Let's keep the doorways framed at least anyway. All right, so let's see. We'll just drop some stone brick right there. Okay, cool. So now on the outside of this, what an interesting place to not have ladder. Obviously, I fully expected to be climbing up that a lot. And now I can't get out the door. I can't. It's too hard. All right. So got that going, which will keep things from spawning. Oh, thanks, Dex. Keep things from spawning up there. Got that going. We've got some. I think I'm going to take this dirt out just so you can see the stonework there. It's, yep, this is a castle. It is being dramatically castle. Okay, so... Oh, it was funny. I was talking to my wife yesterday, which is always fun. But we were talking and about things going into dramatics, and I can't remember if I mispronounced it, which is likely, or if she did, which is also possible. And it became dramatics, and realized how silly it would be to have dramatics, and you know, they okay. There we go. Flow around the tree. Yeah, they suck your blood and recite Shakespeare at the same time. You know? Okay, so we've got water flowing down that way. Okay, I liked having it flow around this tree. I just thought that was a cool look, so I wanted to get that back without totally sacrificing all sorts of other fun stuff. Okay, so far so good. We've got stuff going on there. We've got that way. And then we've got this nice breezeway, which sure, if skeletons spawn up here, they could totally shoot in at the customers, but it's all part of the experience. You know, careful players might be able to parkour that, but mobs can't, so that's a plus. Okay. Plus, if I'm really clever, throw some berries or something up here and give it a little bit of, you know, a little bit of reason to not step there. Okay, so yeah, this is doing all right. I mean, sure, that pig is probably not in the best place for its own, you know, continued well-being, but that's all right. I'm sure it's perfectly fine and safe there. All right, so we've got actually not a bad little stretch of castle going on over here. And then if I come just for aesthetic reasons, not because there's actually anybody up on this wall, you know, it's easier when you're standing on it. Okay. Now, on the straights, I've been going every 2 blocks, which actually worked out pretty well. Okay, and now I'll go ahead and just take that off. It's probably not that big a deal. In fact, let's come in here with some stone. I've been watching Perilous Pete. Talked about him a little bit on the stream last Saturday. And he does a lot of landscaping stuff, and a lot of what he does looks really cool. I've been watching that just to see what fun things he ends up doing. I seem to be on the outside of the castle now. I was outside it before, strictly speaking, but, you know. All right, cool. Now, a real castle would have a way for people to get out here and shoot at stuff, but hey, this isn't a real castle. It just is pretending to be one. So that's okay. That is just fine. So good. I have to figure out something to do with that lake that's over in the other tower, but you know. Now you can come up here in the hotel. Can't go up anymore, but you know, it's all right. And I've got this nice little window so you can look out at the world without having to actually take part in it. Again, that's why you go to a theme park. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's take some of this stone, and I'm gonna. This will be a good. This will be a good visual barrier here. So if I take that out, put this in that. Take that out as well. Continue the spruce there. So now I have a spot. The tower stops here, and now you're into the hotel. All right. And now I can leave this stone and do whatever. But that's where that goes. In fact, I can do some other fun little carving stuff here. Just bring a little stone brick that way. Don't want to put it there because that'll sort of mess up the line of this window. You know, I could push it back a little bit perhaps, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, it is. It is. Never mind. See what's happening here, right? You get the cliff face, and I don't want to interrupt the cliff face. I want to leave that stone, so we'll just put that back. Yep. So okay, that's fine. Everything's fine. Totally fine. We're good. Though what I could do, this actually might make more sense. If I bring this down. Okay, so this will make a lot more sense if I did it with the correct block. Okay, so let's take some stone brick here. And I'm going to need some more stone brick, so let's grab some of that. Okay. All right, so let's take some stone brick, and I'm going to run it here. And then what I can do is let's open this up. Okay. All right, so this opens up this way, just like that. Here we go. All right, and then, again, continue that and take this one very lonely spruce plank. There. And I can even take out this block like that. All right. I don't want to totally fill up everything with spruce yet. Soon. But not yet. Trust me, pets. Mother knows best. Okay. Sweet. So we've got ourselves a mostly finished castle. See, I didn't finish this because I wasn't expecting it to be part of what I was building. It was just going to be there. I was just going to put in the framework and then not worry about the rest of it. Okay, cool. So all of these green blocks are outside. So I'm going to want to not do a whole lot of that. Okay. Right, so that's stone brick, which means I'm hitting wall. Some other stuff. So, all right, cool. So I can do some decorative stuff here. Put some blocks in to keep it from dripping inside the building. Which, you know, can be cool, but not what I'm going for here. So let's see. All right, now again, I had be having some fun here with the cave diorama. So that's, I think, going to end up being next on the list. I don't have a list, but if I did, that would be next on it. Okay, let's do this. Let's take that out. And let's run some stone brick this way. Okay? Alright, so what that's going to do... This is, I think, all... Okay, what that's going to do is let some water in. Which, you know, again, bad for the floors. Try to avoid that, you know. That's why we have mops to clean up after all that. Alright. So I'll need to do some decorative stuff on the wall here. Maybe replace a bunch of this with just straight stone. Let's try putting syllables in the right order. Replace this with straight stone. Alright, and that'll be good. Okay, so that's gonna go there. If I replace a lot of this with just stone, then it keeps the hillside going. I can go outside and do a little more landscaping if I need to. Alright, so fortunately, because I've been using Silk Touch, I have crazy amounts of stone. Okay, so do it from up top. Okay. Here was fun with the way the sun burst into view there. It's almost looking like it exploded. Boom. Okay. Alright, so we'll just keep this going. Now, and if I continue running... Oh, no. Let's take this out. So what I can do here... Right, so I've got castle wall sort of happening that way. Alright. Let's take that out. Okay. Now again, it's a little drippy down here. I'll deal with that in a minute. But that means I need to run the stone this way. Okay. Alright, so stone's going to go that way. Which means let's take a little bit of stone right here. Go. There we go. It's kind of like that. All right. So the stone goes this way, and now I'm going to be putting some blocks in the right place, or the wrong place. You know, sometimes you just need them in the wrong place, and that's okay. No, I've got the stone brick there, so I'm going to take this out. Right, and just slap a little bit of stone brick down there just to... yeah, just take a little bit of this stone brick and just run it across like that. So we get a little bit of both. We get some stone brick action. We've got some stone. And basically it's just going to give it a little bit of, I don't know, a little flavor, I guess. A little change in texture. Now I am going to be putting in spruce slabs all along the roof here. So, right. So right along up here. So it's not going to drip. Okay. That's just going to slide right along like that. Right down the hole. Okay. So I'm not dealing with drippiness. Now, I am still down in the hole, though, because apparently I can't decide to close that off. take that out. Now, what I might do there, actually, let's take this out too. Right, cave diorama. This area, I want it to look like a cave. You know, artificial and stuff, of course, but I want it to have that feel of, hey, you've just walked into a cave, and look how awesome this is. Right? Look, we've got this beautiful waterfall, and then down here, right, it's one of those cheap tourist drawy things that just suckers them in and convinces them to buy. I saw the Cave of Wonders at Magic Castle, right? That type of thing. It's a tourist trap. That's how it goes. That's just what it is. Okay, so I think I want to replace some of this dirt here as well. Now the other thing I might do eventually is actually come in here with a little bit of andesite and replace some of that dirt and stuff with andesite, or some of this stone with andesite. Right? Because what that'll do is that'll rough up the walls a little bit, so they're not quite as flat. Now I know most caves that you wander into in Minecraft, you get a lot of the stone there, but you know, a little bit of andesite and stone, and maybe throw in like a diorite deposit, something there that gives it that I'm all natural look, right? Sort of like working with a good plastic surgeon. Okay, so righto. So I think since I've got this castle wall going this way, I'm gonna go ahead and take some stone brick, and I need some more stone brick than that. All right, let's do not a lot of stone brick, but apparently 14. I needed like 4. So, you know, I clicked 4 times. That makes sense, right? That's how that works. Sure it is. All right, so I can take this out, replace this all with spruce planks. Okay, then the slabs come in over here, and we open some stuff up. All right, so yes, I think this is gonna be fun. I don't know, I kind of feel like something needs to happen here too, but what will it be? I don't know. There's so much that I don't know. I can't even remember all of the things I don't know. Okay, so we've got this. We've got lovely waterfall, got beautiful views. All right, so now it's time to go clean out some inventory space and dig out a bunch of this. All right. You know, I don't know. I'm just accumulating garbage over here is what it is. Which, you know, it's going to happen. You know, garbage is going to be accumulated. It's Minecraft. That's just the way the world works. Okay, I think let's throw some. Yes, I did. Let's take some of these birch planks. Let's turn them into sticks so that I can make 8 torches. Why 8? Because it uses up all of that coal, which is helpful right now. All right, and I don't need the scaffolding. Not at the moment. I've been carrying it around. It actually belongs in that box anyway. So, I don't know why I have that many bones, though. So, all right. So I've got some space. Honestly, I'm done with the trapdoors now. Put them away. This is that organizing I hear so much about, right? It's like, oh, hey, if you organize things, you'll find it faster. Which, to be fair, is probably true. I mean, sort of a thing that you would think would be somewhat obvious. Whoa. Okay. Somewhat obvious, but meh. Ooh, that was the other thing I needed to do. So I'm going to grab a bunch of this. Don't need the glass. I need the stone. And let's jump back to the vault. Because that's where I have... Oops. Home vault. There we go. Because, hey, I'm going to want a lot of stone stairs. I'm also going to want to grab a bunch of regular stone slabs. Okay? Okay. Oops. You know, you gotta be in the right, gotta hit the right button. All right, back. You know, I've lived all of my life without using back. I don't know how. All right. Of course, I could have used /P. I was in that same room. Oh, wait, night's falling. Okay. Gotta watch out for the falling knights. You know, because they make a lot of noise when they fall, right? Their armor rattles. You know, it's just a problem. Apparently it's not night yet. Or it was night and somebody slept. Awesome. It's the joy of having other people on the server. They do things. All right, so what I'm going to do is open up a bunch of this. Let's just take this all the way back to the elevator. Okay, and also this row of blocks. Just so that the ceiling is at a uniform height here. Okay, so that's all coming out. And then, oh yeah, this should probably come out too. All right, and I think I mentioned it before. I think the plan was to put the stairs to the second floor over by the elevator. Right, so I think that's gonna be the plan. So let's tear some of this out. Okay, there it is. There's the second floor. Haha. Ooh, actually, this might work out well. So if I were to come in here, and let's continue this stairs. Yes, this stairs. This stairs will be continued as soon as I figure out how English works. It may never be completed. There's a comic series I like to read called Sheldon Comics, which has all sorts of fun, geeky and literary jokes. And this was they've been picking on the English language last couple of days. It's been fun. If you have not had a chance to read Sheldon Comics at sheldoncomics.com, take a moment and do so. It'll be fun. I've mentioned them a lot lately. And there's a reason. Those are fun comics. Okay, so let's go and open this up a little bit. All right, so now if I want to bring stairs, right, so that would involve having stairs, which, you know, sort of important. Okay, so I'm going to try bringing the stairs up in the right place. You know, it's, I guess I'll stick to this. Actually, I'm going to use cobble just because it's easier to see that it's not the same. Right? It's just going to stair step down this way because that's what stairs do, is they go in stair steps. Okay, so we'll just like that over there, like that, and like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got this. Getting my Luigi vibes going. Okay. Alright, so we'll just clean this out again. Okay, now I could do something there. I could fill it in. I've got any number of options, of course. It's Minecraft. There are lots of options. Okay, so I kind of feel like there's a little bit of darkness here, but maybe not. It's just the difference in light from the end rods and the torch and all of that good stuff. So, okay. So now I've got this big staircase that comes up this way, come up this way. All right. That kind of makes some sense. Fabulous. And what I can do, fill that in. Yeah. Okay, so I can fill that in a little bit. And again, replace some of the spruce there. I can do any number of things. But for now, we'll stick with it. Yeah, don't know quite what I'm going to do there. But we'll go with it. It'll be fine. It'll be lovely. There'll be joy and happiness eventually. All right. All right, so what I want to do here is I'm going to open this up. Now, coming in under this floor a little ways. Actually, let's do this. Let's turn on the coordinates HUD. I usually leave it off because it's just sort of in the way. I don't need it most of the time, but this is one of the times when I need it. So coming back here to 470, 469, 587. Okay. So 471, 587. That's basically the corner. All right. So 479, that puts it like, or 471, right? Yeah, 471, 587. Gotcha. Those are numbers I can totally remember. 471. Okay, yeah, right there. Right there. So, I can come this way. Okay. Now, basically, all I'm doing here is just opening this up. I'm going to fill it back in, right? But the idea here is I'm going to open this up to make a cave. That's totally artificial, but has... Oh, it looks so real. Oh, look at that. And if I'm actually somewhat minorly clever, I'll actually leave enough leave enough darkness maybe behind some glass that some things will spawn there. Just a little bit. Or maybe not, you know. But yeah, definitely having a little bit of space where it's like, oh, yes. See how dangerous it is in the caves and how wonderful it is. And, ooh, that's a fake zombie, isn't it, Mommy? Yes, of course it is. Until the zombie gets loose and then eats the guests' faces. Which we've learned in Jurassic Park and Jurassic World is probably a bad thing. You don't typically want your guests to have their faces eaten. But, you know, sometimes it just happens and there's nothing you can do about it. Alright, so now how do I want to do this? So I've got a couple of things I'm looking at here, right? I'll just open this up a little bit so I can get up. Right, just a little bit. There we go. So I was originally thinking that this would open up and there would be some cave under there, and then would the cave would sort of open and sort of scoop up kind of that way and be sort of open over here by the waterfall. Now it's not going to break through this hill, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But I also wanted to have some of this floor to be glass, right? With the idea that, ooh, look, you can walk over and look at what that looks like, and oh, look over there, and lots of oohs, right? The idea is that people are going to walk over here and go, ooh. Okay, you know, because that's the idea. You want to give them all sorts of reason to ooh and ah, and isn't that wonderful? Yes, it is, yes. We're delighted to come here and spend all of our money. All right, that's the idea. All right, so let's take out a bunch of this floor. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take out a bunch of this floor. So, with the expectation I'm going to put a lot of it back as well, but okay, so I want to leave, I think I want to put some floor there. So let's take out all of the stuff I'm not going to use, and then I'll put back what I am going to use. Right? That seems reasonable. Oh, congratulations, Sprite. Glad you're able to get into that. As I said, I hate doing stuff with people because, you know, you have to deal with people. All right. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. All right, back we go. Because apparently that's the thing that's been missing in my life. All right, so we've got this lovely thing. So I think what I'm going to do is have the cave. And that's partly why I wanted it to open kind of that way. But, you know, because I can't really go this way. And it wasn't going to be big, so it's all right. That's right. That's right. So helpful. Okay, so... All right, so so I think I want this side to be more cavey. And I think, so let's open this up just a little bit. And I've got a whole bunch of, well, I've got a bunch of diorite, which will be good in there. Again, this is a natural cave look, so throwing a diorite vein there is going to be... Okay, that was the wrong hammer. Totally the wrong hammer. You know, it's like... Sometimes you just put the wrong one in your hand. But that's okay. This will give me... Just throw a little diorite in there. I should go get some andesite. All right, so let's throw some stone in this way. Okay, so it's not totally natural, right? You know, that's the thing. And I'm gonna have a little bit of a lava pool, or maybe a lava waterfall would be a little more dramatic. Back here, behind glass, because safety first. Ooh, and actually having the lava come out underneath some glass. Because again, thrills and spills and mops, because spills are not safe. But, let's see. So if I do, let's do that. Give it a little bit of a thing here, right? So you've done 24 minutes. Okay. That's a lot of waiting. Yeah, I bet. Okay, just throw that in there. Okay, cool. So we've got some fun going there. Obviously, I've got some granite I can work in. Let's take a little bit of diorite and just run it down this way. Okay, so yeah, so if I have a little bit of a lava fall, flows down, and then have a pool under some red glass, right? So, ooh, look, there's lava. Ooh, scary. Ooh, right? All that good stuff. Right? That's the plan. Let's go ahead. Take out a lot of this. Right, and this is where I also go back and get some coal ore, which I have, right? Take a little coal ore and decorate. Yeah, good. Probably wise at this point, right? Let's see. Let's do it. All right, I'm going to take... Yeah, the lava fall is going to come down this way. I'm only going to do one block of lava, or one block's width of lava coming down this way. All right, which will make some sense, and then I can open up into a lava pool here. I can sneeze. Okay. Sneezing. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up here just a touch. Actually, it's going to need to be a touch more than that because, hey, if I want to put glass over that, it would be really, really nice to have the room. I know, I'm bad about it. I do so much. I love lava. Okay, I do want to... Now, this is probably too big. Actually, it's definitely too big. So the idea is I'm going to have the lava fall into a small pool over this way. And it's... Because it's the decorative lava experience, right? All right, so I'm going to need all sorts of stuff. I'm going to need all sorts of lava is what I'm going to need. Okay, so that's going to come down this way. It's going to fall into the pool. The pool's going to be red and bright and wonderful. Let's see. How else do I want to shape this? Because right now I just want to get the shape of where this pool is going to be. And it actually is, it's too big, is what it is right now. So let's go ahead and bring it this way a little bit. Maybe take this. Yeah, we'll go. I don't want it to look too natural, but it needs to be out a little ways. All right, cool. Cool, so that'll pour down. Ooh, if I want to put glass in front of it, though, I'm going to need to back it up one more block. All right, so let's just plow right through here. Okay, and it's not like I need to be able to see or have a fear of monsters or anything like that. That's totally not a thing. No, monsters are fun. Monsters are our friends. Okay. Okay, so those will come in. Get that glass over. There we go. So that'll be good. So let me go drop off a bunch of this garbage. And then I can get the lava in and the floor in. You gotta run on foot. Okay, yes. They had to be able to fly in those early areas. Oh, nice. That's awesome. All right, so where should I... Yeah. No. Yeah. Ooh, I should show you. I made a quick change over in the jungle. I really should go pick up all my other stuff, though. I just dropped. And then I'll show you this fun stuff that I did. Because, you know, you gotta have fun. Oh, diorite's the other side, because I have signs that tell me this. All right, so let's jump back for a minute. Pick up this, pick up all these blocks I left floating around. Okay, and then I need to go get a bunch of lava. And some red glass, but check this out. So, that happens every once in a while. Teleport, and then the server lags, and nothing opens. Buttons don't work, all that fun stuff. Okay. But, you remember the my twisty tree building that I've got? Right, it's the tree on one side, the stone on the other that twists around itself. Well, I've been thinking about that a little bit. And I thought, that needs something a little special. So what I decided to do was slap a beacon in there. And so we go in this nice late evening sunset. Eventually stuff will spawn in. There it goes. It's getting there. I suppose I could fly and get there faster, but, the robots are still happily working away. At least I'm sure they're happy. They haven't complained otherwise, But I decided to put a beacon that runs right through the middle. And I think it gives a nice little effect, It just gives it this nice little look as it wraps around and is, kind of fun. Well, it might have been a mistake to program the robots with independent thought, but it seems like it would be a great way to make them better workers. So, Ooh. Enderman. So they're out here doing their thing. Just being happy. All right, so vault. Now, the good news is I should have all sorts of empty buckets here. All sorts. The empty kinds and the other empty kinds. Well, that's all of the empty kinds. Well, that's fine. Oh, that's right, because I moved some around. So let's sleep, and I hope this will get me out of here. I've actually been toying with the idea of not... Ooh, right, see. It's a problem with the lag. Now I'm stuck in my vault. I can't get out. I'm trapped! I'm trapped! Okay, let's see. Aha! The lag finally caught up with me. There we go. Thought about setting my mount point out here somewhere. Or my beam in point so it's easy to get to the transporter rooms for everywhere I'm going. You know, all that fun stuff. Okay, so one of these days, if I'd remembered what I said, I would absolutely have done the Matrix time. You came through the wrong portal. Okay, absolutely. You were going to pay the price for that. If he'd come through the right portal, he'd have ended up in the trap that I had set. So. Okay, apparently, the villagers have moved out of this house, and the zombie pigmen have moved in. All right. And since I have flight on. Okay, so maybe landing on the magma blocks was not the right approach. Okay. Oh, let's put some stone here. All right. Okay, just drop that in. I just like to fill out where's the lava not anymore. I know, right? I actually have some fire protection on my shoes, but yeah. So my shoes have it's only fire protection too, but you know. It works. Now let's get these out of my hot bar before I end up pouring them on myself. Also, I don't need the... Okay. And double check, make sure I wasn't on my pickaxe, because it wouldn't be the first time I threw stuff in the lava. Hence the reason why my axe is called, my pickaxe is don't throw in lava. Ooh, except I'm in the wrong place. Because I need... Oh, I bet this is doing all sorts of good things for the server. I need some red stained glass for the floor, and probably, let's do... Yeah, I'll do gray for the wall. That'll make sense. Totally makes sense. Okay. All right. So yeah, so let's grab this. So the way this is going to work is that I'll put the lava in, cover it with glass, run, pour some lava down this wall, and then put gray glass in front of it so that it's you can see it, it looks cool, but then you don't get people walking through here won't get hurt, right? That's sort of the important thing. So I'll just put a little bit of that there. Now the red, it's out for 6 hours today. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. It's always good to get a break. I'm telling you, it is going to be super weird for me. My oldest is leaving on my son, the oldest one I still have at home, is going to be leaving to go on a mission here soon, and it's going to be so weird to have him not in the house. You know, it's like it was strange when my daughters went to college. It's just, and what's really weird to think about is that my youngest kids are only a couple of years away from going to college. And so, yeah, the empty nesting, let's walk around and get this. That is 100% going to be a real issue here. Okay, so let's now get crouching. Because, again, I don't want to set myself on fire. Okay. Go. And now let's slap a little glass over that. Okay. So now I'm going to need to, to fill in, what's that? 1, 2, 3. So basically 9 more buckets of lava to fill in the floor here. And then 1 pouring down this way. Right. This is, see, won't this be exciting for people coming to visit? Sure it will. Okay. This may have been a mistake. It wasn't. Woo, yay! Of course, I could just go to the jungle, too. That actually might even be faster to get to a portal, but hey. My jungle portal, that's my jungle portal right there. Ah, there's a ghast. Okay, let's not land on... Okay, seriously, ghast? I'm not here for you. I'm not. We don't have to do this. Okay, we don't. I'm perfectly happy leaving you alone. Dude, that was a lot deeper than I was expecting it to be. All right. Cool. All right, well, that's fine. It's just peachy. All right. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, cool. So the teleport takes over back too, which is cool. So that's wonderful and exciting. All right, so let's see now. What's going on? Okay, he was going every month. Okay, right, that makes sense. I remember you talking about that, to give you a break because of that. Ah, right. Yeah, that'll be nice to get a break. I know dealing with special needs kids is always a weird challenge. It can be super awesome and rewarding, but definitely a challenge. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in this side first. Okay. And I probably should fly over and fill that side in too. Just because of reasons. Okay. Hey, maybe if I didn't crouch at the same time, that would be good. All right, so this is going to be fun. So that goes there. And that goes there. Oh yeah, the lava flowing this is just peachy. All right, so let's. Yeah, we'll go to the vault. It's just as easy. Alright, so I need to remember to drop off those nugs when I get back to someplace where I don't need nugs. Alright. I'm good. I'm out of your sky. You don't have to worry about me. We can be happy. Totally, completely. Oh, ah! Why am I on fire? And I don't think I stepped in lava. Apparently I'm wrong, but I didn't think I stepped in lava. Well, you know, apparently I did though. You know, that's it. It's my toe. My big toe. And I have big toes. I have big feet. It's one of my challenges in life. So, at least I'm tall enough that my giant feet don't look super oversized. You know? Okay. Yeah, see, that's looking pretty reasonable. You look through the windows. You see the ceiling and see stuff up in those other rooms. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So, all this. Nice. It sounds like you've got a nice, peaceful afternoon or morning, perhaps. What's that?
The middle row that needs filled.
Oh, right. Something's not right. Ah, okay. I thought I'd filled part of that row, so it's... okay. There we go. Peace ends in 3 hours. Well, take it while you can get it, I guess. Alright. Alright, so let's sneak in. Totally capable of sneaking. Alright. So we'll drop. Okay, so now we've got this nice little lava pool here. Right? You know what would also be really nice is to finish putting the glass in place. That would have been really bad there. Okay. Alright, so now I've got this nice, safe little... That's really a little too uniform. I hadn't realized how uniform that was. Maybe not stand on it. Okay. That's a little better. Alright, so now we'll just drop some lava down. Okay. And we'll fill in with some glass here. There we go. There we go. Okay, and now this torch is just sort of unnecessary. But there. See, now we've got a nice little safe lava pool. No one's going to accidentally try to reach their hand into it, you know. Burn off their fingers, and then they're going to complain that we didn't do enough to keep people from burning off their fingers. So I think we're okay. Again. You never can tell with people. They're weird. Okay. Now I can actually go back into this wall a little bit, which will be good. So, and then if I take gray glass and cover, you know, for floor up here, right? Oh, look, we can step over and look on things, or maybe not. Maybe what I'll do is, let's do this. Let's take some stone, right? And if I take let's widen this. Okay. Widen this out this way, and then I might even just take Fiddlesticks. Words. I could protect people with words because words are so ultra powerful. No, I could take some oak fence. Just right along here. Widen that out a little bit. Yeah. Just run some oak fence this way. And now it's just a viewing balcony area. Sure, people... Oh, look, I'm going to jump in lava. Ooh! That would have been hilarious if I had missed a block and ended up in that lava. That would have been funny. But, okay, cool. So now what I need to do... I've got some of this lovely granite. I can carve into this wall here. Yes. Yeah. So I had some thoughts about that, which is reason I'm officially beta testing, right? I was looking at that and said, okay, if somebody watched every minute of the stream, then and then maybe had some sub bonuses or something, I don't know. But if you watched every minute of the stream, you actually got above that. Got up to almost level 30, I think. It was... I don't remember exactly where the math was on that. But that's also why I'm still officially beta testing, because it's... okay, so that's the elevator. Okay, so let's just open up this way. So I can... Now that I know where the elevator is, which is a good thing. You should kind of know where the elevator is. It helps you find your way up to your apartment. Okay, let's go ahead and just block this. In fact, what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of granite. Okay. Okay, so now what I can do is I can open this up just a little bit. I know I just placed some of that in. But yeah, I was trying to think, okay, how long should this go? How high? How fast should people gain levels? What are the prizes and things that I want to do? So yeah, it's just it's a thing. I'm still playing with it, which is why I'm still officially beta testing. I think I want to open this up a little more. The other thing I might do, so right now I've got a VIP prize. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do that. I may take that out. Just at the end of this period. But do a new prize. You get to level whatever, and then you'll be included in the credits or something. It's a thing. I'm trying to figure out how I want that to work. All right, so is that... That's just about wide enough. So what I'll do... All right, that's the elevator, which is good. I mean, elevators are wonderful. All right, so let's jump back here. And I happen to have, right in this box, some coal ore, which would be good. And I've got some torches. There's some spruce fence. That's right. Well, you know, I can't control the color of the VIP badge. I don't think. Go back and look. Yeah, I don't have any oak fence there. Spruce, plenty. But yeah, I was thinking about it, and you know, I've said I think I'll leave the VIPs as a manual. Hey, these people were just super awesome, just like you. so let's... I'm going to drop in some nice coal ore like that. And maybe I'll put a little bit here in the floor, just as a... Okay. There we go. Right? That's starting to look cave-ish. And actually, let's take some stairs. Right? I could... Yeah, we'll put a little bit there. Let's take some... I made these slabs for a reason. I can totally use them. Right, so that'll come that way. Let's put some stairs. Sure. Sure. We can do it like that. Okay, that's a block, but that's okay. We'll go with it. Now that one does need to be upside down. Okay. Right, so we'll just run that down this way. We'll take a little bit of yeah, a little bit of there like that. But yeah, I was spending some time on the server yesterday and crafting up a bunch of concrete powder for the Barbie house, which I know you're going to be super excited about because all of that pink. Oh yeah, it's going to be lovely. Now let's take that out. And let's, I do want to put in, so I'll put in a torch. I know, but I've got lots of pink, lots of purple, magenta, some blue. Oh yeah, it's going to be an eyesore, which is, and so awesome. All right. Now, ooh, right, right. Actually, I'm going to take some of this out. Because what I want to do, first off, I want to get past it. I just want to get past it back here. Right, just open this up a little bit. Okay. Now, the fun thing about that right now is it's dark. And it's going to stay a little bit dark. This is probably a mistake, but I'm doing it anyway. All right, so now I can come back here with the stairs and stuff. Right, just sort of. Nope, that should be stair. Right, and I think it's actually. There they go. As if I didn't look geeky enough.
Oh, I think this is gonna be great. I got the huge glasses going, and they're so cute. Oh, yes. Yes, they're wonderful. Okay, so let's just shape this.
Yeah. Let's take out a little bit of this here. I know, right?
It's wonderful. You want to see my Pokemon cards? They're cool. I've been collecting them for years.
Not to say Pokemon cards are bad or anything like that. I just totally would see them being... Okay, the lens flare over there is kind of fun. All right. So let's see if I do, yeah, a little bit of that. Okay, and I probably should get up here. Oh, thanks, Dex. Yes. So, yeah, so if I come up here now and I do, with my handy dandy flying skills, they are both handy and dandy, just like, you know, some people who are both handy and dandy. There we go. Well, I wouldn't want you to have made a mess with your, coffee all over that.
Just because I got home. nerdy and stuff.
Okay, we'll just slap some. Yeah. Okay, that'll work going like that. Just sort of. Oops, not that way. Well, that's good. You know, wouldn't want to have to get a new keyboard because of some silly streamer antics. All right, so we'll just slap that in there like that. Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. And Fever, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a fabulous, fabulous day. Okay. Yeah, go and put that in like that. You know, actually, let's run this out into the room here just a little bit. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, that's not too bad. Feels like I need a little bit more on this side. So let's take some of this out here. And we'll just extend out this little section of wall here. Bring this out this way. I guess I have some slabs here that need to go too. It's okay. We'll get it figured out. Ooh, I'm actually going to put an upside down stair right there. Right? Since I can, I will. It's better than life. Man, I don't know if any of you are into old British sci-fi, but there was a show on for a while called Red Dwarf. And that was one of the things they ran into was the game better than life. That was an amusing episode. You put on this basically HR helmet, and then it sucked itself into your brain, and you ended up trapped in the game. All right. The only one you watched was Doctor Who. Excellent show to watch. I don't have any. Okay. All right, so that's cool. So I need to redo this floor and stuff. Yeah, I didn't watch a lot. It was because when I was growing up, I didn't have BBC. BBC America wasn't a thing. It was just occasionally some of these weird shows made it over onto PBS. Red Dwarf was one of them, and it was silly. And I'm a big fan of silly, so. All right, fine. I'll do it from under here, which is honestly a little easier. Yep. Yeah, I rarely liked what I found on there. It was weird. I actually saw a few episodes. I guess officially they were episodes, maybe. Some of the really old doctors. And I can't remember which number he is with the giant scarf. I remember seeing a couple of those. Yeah, that's kind of where mine was too. Late 80s and 90s. But I remember watching this like, what the heck is this? Never got a satisfactory answer. At least until I was an adult. But because I'd catch it, it would be halfway through an episode. I had no idea who the doctor was, any of that, you know? Okay, now that's going to be covered up with floor, so probably won't matter, but it's good for now. Yeah, Tom Baker. Okay, the fourth one. Yeah, that's him. And, you know, it was I tried watching some, and could never quite figure out what the heck was going on. I didn't get into Doctor Who until they rebooted it with Eccleston as the Ninth Doctor. Okay, so yeah, that's not bad. And as long as the monsters spawn inside the glass and not out here, we should be fine. Yeah, should be just peachy. Ooh, this might be fun. So let's take out some of this. And let's throw a couple of slabs down here just for grins and giggles, right? Right. Yeah, and it was, some of those are good, and some of them, not so much, but I didn't like Eccleston. When I went back, because I hadn't seen any of them, and I got Netflix. And at the time, Doctor Who was on Netflix, so it's like, okay, I've never seen any of this. I've got to see something. What is this like? And I said Eccleston was probably my least favorite Doctor of the reboots. Maybe Capaldi. Loved Tennant. Loved Matt Smith. Capaldi was hit or miss, and I haven't seen any of the new stuff with... that might have been some of it too. My problem with Eccleston, and actually it's my problem with Capaldi too, is he was a jerk. That was not a Doctor I wanted to spend time with. It was just... Yeah, let's take a notch out of this wall. And he talked about and I only saw the first series with Capaldi, and some of that was really good, and some of it I didn't like. But it's just, I love when he first shows up. It's like, who am I? What am I doing? Am I English? Maybe I'm Scottish. Yes, I'm Scottish. I can complain about things. And then he goes back to English and. But, yeah, and it's one of those, they took it off Netflix, and I got rid of my cable plan changed, so I couldn't see, so I didn't have BBC America anymore. They took Doctor Who off Netflix, so I couldn't catch the past seasons anymore, and I didn't see any of the later series with, Capaldi, and I haven't seen any of the new stuff with is it Jodie Ryan? Is that I don't remember now. I've heard she is excellent. One of my daughters has really liked the stuff she's been doing, but yeah, I just haven't been able to watch any of it. So, I haven't, which has been a little sad. Because I like Doctor Who. I liked what they were doing with some of the episodes there. Alright, do I want to stairs? I think I'm just going to go straight to slabs. Okay, that's not too bad. Right, as an attraction, hey, we came and we saw the magic stairs of wonderfulness. The cave of awesome stuff or something. And then, yeah, I never did watch Torchwood. I remember seeing it, I said, oh, Doctor Who spinoff. I should maybe jump in on this. But I never really did end up seeing any of those. Okay. It's a couple of torches casually placed. This is actually kind of cool how that's cutting in. Yeah, and Jack was fun. He had his moments. Heard he's shown up in some of the newer episodes of the current series too, but okay, so that's not bad. I need to I'll put torches on the railing when I run that, so I've got light up here. But otherwise, that's not too bad. Of course, I could also put torches up on that. This provides plenty of light. You know, I'm curious now. So that's light level 7, right? Ooh, that's 6. This one is 6. So maybe I should replace that block. 6 in there, which I want. This is... Oh yeah, this is a little dark back here. Okay. Which actually I can work with. Now that's a slab, so nothing... Or no, it's not. It's not a slab. It's a stair. There. Right, so I can... Ooh, spooky. As long as it's not spooky... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's okay that this is a little dark here because it can't be on, I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it's... That's a little too much like a flight of stairs. Yeah, I know he's been in a few things. I remember they brought River, not River. Yeah. Yeah, I know they brought River back briefly too. So that was, you know, they've had some fun with it. But yeah. The current showrunner refused. I can kind of understand that. You can get... it can become too easy just to say, all right, I'm going to keep falling back on the same characters. Okay, that's a little bit archy, but we'll go with it. All right, cool. I think we've got ourselves a fairly nice display. So I do need to bring in a little bit more light back here in a way that's not so obvious, but I think I've got a couple of ways to do that. Oak fence post with a torch on it, something along those lines, or you know, something. But I just want this to look like, ooh, isn't this cave cool? Oh man, how did they build that? Okay, and then of course mobs can spawn there inside that glass, and then it's really spooky. Yeah. Oh, he went to play... Okay. Who did he play on Arrow? I didn't... Arrow's another show I haven't watched, so... Alright. And then I'll do some floor and some other stuff. So, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Malcolm Merlin. Okay. Yeah, the Dark Archer. Yeah. Well, you know, every superhero has to fight a bad version of himself, right? That's like a comic book law. And it's like, ooh, look, it's evil Superman or evil Batman or, you know, whatever. All right, so I need to go get some oak fence. Which I think I stashed a whole bunch back in here. Because, well, that is 100% spruce, it turns out. Ah, there it is. There's the oak fence. Drop my nuggets off. I suppose I can convert them to ingots. But, yep, occasionally somebody shops at my store. You know, Nug Hut, where everything's a nug. Okay. Oh, yeah, teleporting. Screws up the back. Okay. Yep, I was going to take iron there, too. I was like, take some gold, take some iron, whatever you got. And then Manda set up the iron farm. It's like, well, I guess iron is not going to be what I need here. Okay, so now let's take some torches. Yeah, something like that. Hey, that actually works out well, so we'll go with it. Yeah. Oh, did the 5-ish Doctors reboot? Nice. Well, I remember seeing the one anniversary show that they did that brought Matt Smith and David Tennant together, along with the War Doctor. Forgot who played him, and that was fun. That was a fun episode. Okay, so I think, yep, this is not too bad. I need to finish out the stonework on that wall. And, you know, probably cover up this cave, or at least turn it into a fun, John Hurt, that's him. He also played Ollivander in the Harry Potter movies, which I thought was kind of fun. Yeah, I used to joke with my kids that Britain only has like 12 actors. Okay. All right, so that's not bad. We've got that. We've got our wonderful cave of caviness.
All right, so now to do stuff.
All right, so I need to get a bunch of stone to sort out that wall. And he also noticed the dragon and Merlin. Okay, cool. Yeah. What was the other thing I saw that John Hurt was in? He's one of those guys who shows up in a number of things that are fun and cool. All right, so that's gonna go wall. That I think I want to pick up some more stone, but I think I want to just block in under that and maybe not really go this way. Oh, of course, that does lead to the aquarium, so I take that back. I take that back. This is going to have to... oops. This is what happens. Use Mr. Softy instead of the pillow hammer.
Oh, pillow hammer. Dig up lots of stuff.
Alright, so we just bring floor level down to where it's supposed to be. Okay. Alright, now I'll worry about this when I get the aquarium in. Alright, so yeah, so I could totally build a nice archway going through. Yes. Yeah. He was... Yeah, 77's a good age for anybody. Yeah. If I turn this into an arch... Right, just run... Oops.
Not like that.
Oh, yeah. It's yeah, it's a challenge for, you know, living. You know, it's one of those things everyone tries to, but to live through life, but eventually it gets us all in the end. Let's just fill that in. You know, as much as I like having monsters, you know, spawn in my walls, I think I don't. At least not in those walls. Other walls, it's okay, but those ones, not so much. Okay, so this is going to come in like that. And then I think what I want to do is run slabs. No, I do want to do it with stairs. It's too high. There we go. There we go. So we've got ourselves a nice little... You know, that's not weird, that goose. Yeah. Man, you know what's hilarious to think about? So, Leslie Nielsen, okay, who I actually first saw in Forbidden Planet, right? He was a serious actor. He did, okay, Forbidden Planet was sci-fi. It was, yeah, some of that's a little cheesy. Oh, DiCaprio. Yes. DiCaprio was another one of those that's like, yeah, when he wasn't playing a teen heartthrob, he was really good. Like you put on The Man in the Iron Mask, that's DiCaprio and Jeremy Irons and a bunch of other people. And DiCaprio is very good in that movie. He plays Louis the 14th and the twin. Okay. Wonderful job in that. I said Leslie Nielsen was a serious actor, right? And then I remember seeing him in Forbidden Planet. He was great in that. And then he went on and did all the spoofs. He did all the Naked Gun movies and Dracula Dead and Loving It. You know, it's... You know what? Maybe I want to open this a little bit. Maybe not. But yeah, DiCaprio, once they stopped casting him as teen heartthrob and started letting him, and he started doing more serious movies, he was really good in that stuff. All right, let's go get some more stone. And then I'll, and stone brick. But, man. But there was at least I thought was a fabulous movie, was Forbidden Planet. Man, definitely worth a watch if you've never seen it. Okay. It was fun. They got there because special effects were what they were at the time. Namely, not good. Right? I mean, it was... Yeah, just block that in. They ended up getting Disney to animate the monster that they deal with. And it looks kind of cheesy, but it also looks kind of fun too. So, you know, some cracked stone might be good in here too, but all right. So, yeah, and if I work, I could work some stairs down that way if I wanted to. Or I could just leave it there. It's like, ooh. Enjoy the pool of spit. That's it. yeah, there were a lot of DiCaprio movies I was not into, partly because I just didn't like the movies he was in. One that was surprisingly, I'm going to say it was both good and bad for various reasons, was he was in a production of Romeo and Juliet called Romeo plus Juliet, which they took Shakespeare's play and basically just translated it to Florida drug gangs. Okay, though it's the drug gangs become the House Montague and Capulet, and it was anytime they were speaking Shakespeare, it was very good. But oh yes, absolutely. You know, it's weird. Sometimes those things happen. It's like, okay, is your hand okay, man? It's like, it'll be fine. Let's just finish the scene. The show must go on, right? Well, you see that type of thing. What was it? Tom Cruise, right? In one of the Mission Impossible movies, shattered his leg doing a jump, and that was the cut they used, so you can see his broken leg flopping around. Or in Twilight. Yes, I have seen Twilight. I've seen it multiple times. There's a scene in Twilight where Rosalie shatters a glass bowl. Well, apparently in the scene she's wearing gloves, and it's because in one of the earlier scenes it's breakaway glass, but when she broke it, the glass cut up her hand, so they had to refilm it with her doing wearing gloves. Right, that's right. He broke his toe kicking the helmet. A number of the hobbits had issues. The guy who played Samwise, he was running across a dock, and he managed to catch a nasty splinter in his foot, right? Because they're barefoot. They were barefoot, and with just the, I guess they had a little bit of a sole in the prosthetics they used for the Hobbit feet, but not much. So they're basically running around New Zealand barefoot, and yeah, they had a lot of foot injuries on that one. Okay, that's stone brick. That's not stone. Totally different thing. Okay. Yes, and I'll just throw a torch there until you do it. Yes, the Minecraft experience. Come stay at the hotel. Look, gaze in wonder at the waterfall. See a cave. Yeah, great fun. All right, so yeah. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Well, that's it. Because sometimes the reason they got hurt is because they were going all out and really committing to the part at the time, and then which leads to some awesome acting, but also occasionally awesome injuries. And some of those ad-libbed things are even better than what happened in the script, right? Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. No, it's just Raiders of the Lost Ark. They're out there filming in Tunisia, and half the crew and cast ended up with what was it? They ended up really sick. I forgot what the disease was now.
Boom, Sprite Gaming has hit awesome level 10.
There you go. And so they're all dealing with this, including Harrison Ford. And they're now filming the fight scene that's in the bazaar, right? And so they're running through the bazaar. Indy's fighting off all of these bad guys. Marion's ducking for cover. He tells her to run. He turns, and there's the big guy with the swords, and he's the swords are all flipping, and yeah, big tough guy. And Harrison Ford, he was having trouble with his whip, and he's sick, and it's hot, and they just couldn't get it to work. And the scene rolls, and so here come big guy, swords, tough. He just pulls the gun and shoots him. And it's like, yeah. And George Lucas said, and Steven Spielberg was like, yes, just shoot him, perfect. And that was what they went with. So it was, some of those types of things just become, they're some of the best parts of some of these movies, and it worked out really well, Okay, so as soon as I figure out what I'm doing for the floor up here, I'll worry about that stone. So, and it's iconic, right? That's just one of those scenes like, yep, this is who Indy is, Yep. Oh, were they? That's another show I never quite got into, Supernatural. People tell me it's great, but just never really got into it. I couldn't see it initially. It just was on at a time I couldn't watch. And then I just never caught up with it. And now I don't know that it's on I don't subscribe to Netflix anymore, so. Yeah, it's on Netflix in the US, but I'm not on Netflix anymore, so. Yeah. All right, I need to do something to come down the side of the staircase, but. Yeah, I let my Netflix subscription drop because I wasn't watching it. Now I kind of want it back because I've never seen like Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra, which are now on there. Of course, Supernatural's there, but I just wasn't watching it. And even now, my wife watches some stuff. I'll watch some things on Disney Plus, but I only watch TV or even put on a movie about once or twice a week, so it's hard to justify. Okay, so the wall's looking pretty okay. I need to do a little bit of cleanup over here just to bring this castle wall down this way a little bit. Okay. Oh, hey, look, it's almost 11. It is time for me to be shutting her down. So, awesome. So let's jump to the vault where I know it's safe. All right, here we go. Webcam, that's what I'm looking for. All right, so this has been a lot of fun. I'm making some good progress on the hotel, I think. So, yeah, use Netflix over cable. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I cut cable a lot too because, hey, why do we need it? My cable company keeps bugging me. Hey, you really want to sign up for cable again, right? You want to watch pay TV? It's like, if I want to pay for more TV, I'll subscribe back up to Netflix or something like that. I don't need to pay for cable TV service anymore. Man. Anyway, it's been fun. Hey, let's follow up, fire up. That's the word I'm looking for. It's the end credits. I want to thank everybody for watching, for new followers, and for especially Boom Sprite for subscribing. You can also subscribe on Patreon. Subscribe to Twitch too, but subscribe on Patreon for some exclusive content. The words are hard. They're hard, I say. The words are hard. But subscribing is not. So you can get in with all of that fun stuff. And, of course, follow me on the socials over there on Twitter, Instagram, or join the Discord server because that's awesome and amazing, and you want to do it. Yeah, totally you do. I will be streaming again on Tuesday, starting at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Probably playing some Minecraft, but I will announce what's coming up on Twitter and in Discord. So be sure to check that out. And all right, let's say goodbye to YouTube, and then we'll see if there's anyone out there to raid. So for all of you YouTube people, be excellent to each other.